Christmas shopping.
What?
Hey everybody, it's Shayna, also known as Thrifty Nurse. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you for watching. If you like reseller content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be posting videos more frequently, hopefully, after this week because I'm done with my contract in like 2 more days. I'm so excited. And then we're going on vacation to see my dad, and there won't be any video this week because I'll be in Arizona. But after that, I hope to get to post a lot more. So this video is going to be my all-time top sales and favorite sales on eBay, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. Most of these are like in the $75 to over $100 range. And they're things that I picked up either super cheap or some of them even for free. So it can give you guys a good idea of things to look out for when you are out thrifting. So I hope you learned something from this video and enjoy it. And yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, also under The Thrifty Nurse. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Stay thrifty. So we're going to start with my favorite category, which is Christmas stuff. I picked these up at Salvation Army. I think they were $2 or $3 a piece, and they sold for $80 plus shipping. They're from Danbury Mint, and they are really cool. They had a lot of like nice little details. I almost wanted to keep them, but they did sell pretty fast, so I let them go. The next item are these Fenton Snowman glass art. They sold for $75 plus shipping. I got these for like 69 cents a piece at Goodwill. I had no idea what they were until I used Google Lens, and then I found out they were Fenton and they were a bolo. Nativity sets are great. This one sold for $60 plus shipping. It is a crochet, handmade, like one-of-a-kind set. I had no idea what to price it. I really think I could have got more. It sold almost instantly when I posted it, so I think I could have asked a little higher. This next one I picked up at a thrift store for, I think, $8 to $10. It sold for $63 plus shipping, and it's a made in Italy set, and it's probably vintage. And the crochet one, I think I paid $3 or $4 for that one, if I didn't say that already. But yeah, nativity sets can be a huge bolo. Some of them go for hundreds of dollars, and they're usually worth picking up. That was the marking on the Italy one. It didn't have a brand. This is a Avon fiber optic Christmas set. It's actually supposed to be a 3-piece set, but I only found 2 of the pieces. This sold for $66 plus shipping. And I think I paid $5 a piece maybe for these, and they still had the original boxes and the manuals, and they worked, obviously. This is a Fitz & Floyd 2 dinner plate set that sold for $95 plus shipping. I paid like $1 a piece for these at Salvation Army. Fitz & Floyd is another great brand to look out for, especially their Christmas stuff. Some of it sells for a ton of money. I was super surprised to get that much for just 2 plates. This is a blow mold, the Igloo one. That's not my exact sale. Mine's too old to pull up, but I think mine sold for about $80 plus shipping, if I recall. And I paid $10 at Salvation Army for it. This is about Department 56. So this post is talking about a huge lot of Department 56 I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for $180. And I ended up making about $462 total on all of them. This is the only one I could still pull up off of Mercari. The rest of them I had sold on eBay, and they're too old to pull up. But anytime you see Department 56, especially these village sets, it's usually worth picking up if it's cheap. I'm going to show you some solds on eBay. As you can see, they can go for insane prices. Even the Halloween stuff is worth a lot of money sometimes. There's a couple Halloween ones right here. The Christmas in the City collection usually goes really high. The Griswold family Christmas collection usually goes crazy high, but it's super hard to find. And then the Disney collection, of course, and really any of the Christmas stuff does great with Department 56. It's always a bolo for me. This one I'm showing you intentionally because I actually found this myself at Salvation Army for $2. The Dracula Hearst server that sold for $3.50 plus shipping. That's somebody else's comp there. It's extremely rare and hard to find. It holds like chips and dip, and then the little Dracula and Frankenstein's bride are actually little like cracker butter knives that pull out, and the back coffin pulls out, and yeah, it's super cool. So I had found this one. The front bumper was cracked, as you can see there. I used a hair dryer to just completely remove it. I had a buyer interested for about $250. They asked me to check something on it, and when I picked it up, the coffin in the back slid out. I forgot it was there, and the bat completely broke off. So at that point, they were no longer interested, and I was extremely pissed, and I didn't even want to look at it. So right now, it's just sitting in my pile, but eventually I will get it listed, and I do think I'll make a pretty good profit on it still. Now we're getting into some toys. This is a Power Rangers lot. I picked up most of this at a thrift store in a bag all together. I think it was like maybe $6 or $7. And then one of the bigger like Megazord guys I got separately for like $3. I sold them all for $76 plus shipping. This little dragon looking piece right here, or snake, whatever that is, it's actually worth a lot on its own. I think I could have done better if I separated this lot up more, but that's okay. It was still a good profit. This bear here I picked up for like $1 or $2 at the thrift store. It sold for $74 plus shipping. It was absolutely huge. I actually have another one listed right now, but it hasn't sold yet. And then these Rumple Bears, these are a huge bolo. I've actually found 3 of them. They sold, this was the highest sold for $62.50 plus shipping. The other 2 were in the $50 range. You can see it has the Fisher-Price embroidery on the foot. 2 of mine were missing the tag, but you'll see on the third one there is a tag on the back that has Fisher-Price and the year, but it doesn't apparently matter if it has the tag or not, because like I said, 2 of mine sold without it. I have seen these go for about double what I sold mine for, but I had mine all listed for a while, and I ended up taking offers on them, and I was happy with that for 50 cents a piece. That was a great profit. This is a Fisher-Price Little People Christmas Village that I sold for $41 plus shipping. I paid $4 at the thrift store for this. I did an auction. It got 20 bids. It got way more interest than I was expecting, and I was really happy with that sale for $4. This next item is a preferably pink Silkstone fashion model collection Barbie. I paid up for this on a Shop Goodwill auction. I paid about $200. It sold for $450 plus shipping. I did an auction for this one as well on eBay. As you can see, it's super fancy. It's not like a toy Barbie that kids would play with. But the funny story about this one is it never got marked as delivered, so I was freaking out. I put out a lost package claim. I didn't know if the buyer got it. The insurance ended up sending me an additional like $58 for my priority mail insurance, so I really made about $500 on it, but the buyer did get it, luckily, and there was no issues. This next item is probably my highest profit sale. It was a huge collection of Harry Potter trading cards that I sold for $350 plus shipping. I did an auction for this one as well. I got them at a thrift store for $3, and I'm showing you some comps here of different solds for these. If you can find a sealed box of them, they go for sometimes thousands of dollars, but even just the loose cards, like as you can see here, can sell for quite a bit of money, so that was a great find. Now we're getting into some clothes. This Free People Jet Set Diaries dress I found at a yard sale for $5. I think it was still pretty much new. It sold for $72 plus shipping on Mercari, and it sold really fast. It was absolutely gorgeous. If this had fit me, I would have kept it, but unfortunately it was an extra small, and it had that cute little gold tag on it. This is something I picked up at Target on clearance. I got like 5 or 6 of these dresses, different ones, for $15 to $20. This one sold for $70 plus shipping, and I think I only have 2 left that haven't sold so far, and all of them sold for like $50 to $70. This is a Oakland A's vintage starter jacket. I sold this for $80 plus shipping. I got this at Salvation Army for like $5, $6, maybe $7. And I actually sold this twice. The first time was for like $140. They sent it back because it had this little tear in the sleeve. I don't know if I missed it or if it happened during shipping, but I ended up selling it again a second time and still made a good profit. And then I also, the same day, found this vintage 49er starter jacket. This one was in excellent condition, and it sold for $170 with free shipping. This item is actually my highest Mercari sale, I believe, to date. It is an Elsa cosplay costume. This is from the website where it originally came from, Angel Secret. They make like high quality cosplay costumes. They sell for in the hundreds of dollars. This one I picked up for $5 at the thrift store, and it sold for $190 plus shipping. And the buyer is actually somebody that dresses up for like kids' birthdays and stuff, and she was super excited to get it. As you can see, it did have a couple little flaws, but it was mostly in good condition. This Harley jacket, my husband actually got this from somebody at work for free and ended up not wanting to keep it, and we sold it for $70 plus shipping. It was a really nice jacket. I think I probably could have got a little bit more, but this is when I first started selling stuff, so. Alright, and now we're getting into my biker yard sale. If you saw the video on that, you know I got a ton of great shirts at the yard sale, vintage band shirts and Harley shirts. This one sold for $70 plus shipping. It is a Lynyrd Skynyrd shirt, and it did have some holes and stains, as most of them did, but they still sold for a lot. This is a Rossington Collins shirt. It sold for $65 plus shipping, and this one was in pretty poor condition. It really had a lot of stains and a lot of rips, which I disclosed, and I paid $1 a piece for these, so that was a crazy amazing profit. As you can see there's some of the flaws. And then the next one is a Rolling Stones vintage concert shirt from 1989. This one sold for $60 plus shipping. This one was also heavily stained. It really wasn't that bad when I first got it, but I tried to do an oxy bath and some of the red bled onto the white, unfortunately. But I still made an excellent profit, and these are just 3 of the shirts from that yard sale. I made tons of money off of those. This is a vintage Harlan leather jacket. I sold it for $75 plus shipping on eBay, and I picked it up at a thrift store for $25 back when I first started out. And I held on to it forever, so I was glad to see it go. I thought I would get a little bit more, but that's okay. This next item is kind of a funny story. It is a Victoria's Secret Sexy Little Thing Senorita costume lingerie, sold for $85 plus shipping. So I picked this up years ago at a thrift store for like 50 cents or $1, and then when I first started selling, I found it in my closet and decided to sell it. I had no clue what it was. I had listed it for like $20, and luckily the sweetest buyer in the world messaged me and told me it was really worth like close to $100, and that she would gladly pay me what it was worth if I wanted to change the price. So that was amazing. It was a great sale. These are some sample industry jackets I picked up at Plato's Closet. I paid between like $3 to $5 a piece for these. This one sold for $67 plus shipping. Apparently that's a great brand. I had never heard of it before, but everything I picked up of that brand I made a lot of money on. This is one of the hoodies. This one sold for $60 plus shipping. I believe it's like a YouTuber maybe that makes these, and they were really limited edition, and there's like a cult following of them. So I got like 5 or 6 different ones, and these are the 2 highest selling ones that I got. This is also from Plato's Closet. It's a Looney Tunes sweater that sold for $60 plus shipping. I think I paid $3 for this one when they were having their 90% off sale is when I got all these. And I think I could have got more if I held out, but it was still a good profit. This is a Cole of California vintage swimsuit that sold for $60 plus shipping. I picked this up in an estate sale. I think I paid about $1 for it. And I really wanted to keep this, but unfortunately it didn't fit me. It was super cool though. It was leopard print, really sexy. I loved it, and it was a great sale. This next item I found in a bag of clothes somebody was throwing away. It's a Paleoton leggings, sold for $100 with free shipping. Luckily, I was able to research and find out what it was, because I had no clue. I was going to list it cheap initially, and there was a second pair in there that sold for $94 with free shipping. These were Lululemon with Paleoton leggings. They were also free in the trash. These are some Oakley tactical boots I got at Goodwill. I think I paid like $4 for these. They sold for $62 plus shipping. Initially, I wasn't going to pick them up because the size was weird. It was like a size 4.5, 4.5, so I didn't think they would really sell. But I'm glad I got them because they did sell for a good profit. And as you can see, I didn't even really clean the bottoms up. I was being lazy that day. These I got for free from one of my patients. They sold for $70 plus shipping, and there was some drama with these. Like, people kept reporting my listing saying they weren't real, even though they had the box and the card. And then I found this little scratch after the buyer had already bought them. Luckily, they still decided to get them, and I made a good profit. These Nikes I sold for 70 plus shipping as well. I picked these up at a local thrift store for like $3, and they are probably the coolest pair of shoes I've ever found at a thrift store. I thought they were awesome. Now we have a OGIO golf bag. As you can tell, I'm not familiar with this. It sold for $88 plus like $30 shipping. I got this at the thrift store for $8, new with tags. It had some custom M&M embroidery on it, and it sold pretty fast. These Loungefly bags, I can't talk, y'all. I picked these up on Facebook Marketplace. There was 2 for $50. One sold for $80, one sold for $90 plus shipping. Loungefly can be a huge bolo even if they're not new with tags like these are. I actually have another one that's worth about double what these went for, but my daughter wants to keep it, and I found that one at the thrift store for $2, so definitely a bolo. This is a vintage Vera Bradley set that I got for, I don't remember if I got this one for free or $2, but it was sold for $60 plus shipping, and I actually sold it the first time for like $100, and then I saw all these flaws on it that I had somehow overlooked. I guess with the egg print, they kind of blended in and I didn't see them. So the first buyer canceled, but then it sold again, and it wasn't quite as big of a profit, but I was still happy with it. This purse came from an estate sale. I think I paid $3 for it. It is handmade, needlepoint embroidery. It's absolutely gorgeous. This lady had so much cool needlepoint stuff she made. So I found inside this paper from 1969. That was really cool. And then I also found these glasses that I sold for $42 plus shipping. So between that and the bag, I made $92 off of a $3 purchase. And there was also some vintage brooches in there that I haven't listed yet, but I'll probably make some good money on those. These were Gerard glasses, and I almost wanted to keep them. As you can see, I wore them, but I did decide to sell them eventually. So now we're getting into some jewelry. These are all 3 Keep Collective bracelets that I found at the thrift store for $1 a piece, and they all sold for pretty good profits. One sold for $52, one sold for $35, and one sold for $48. There was the Easter and Atlanta Braves and Alice in Wonderland. And as you just saw on the back of the charms, there's a little key design. That's how you'll know that it's the Keep Collective brand. So those were definitely a good pickup. I thought they were just cheap little kids jewelry. I had no idea. I just got them because they were cute. So I'm glad I found out about that. And this is a vintage Kramer brooch. It was absolutely gorgeous, so beautiful. It sold for $50 plus shipping, and it came from a Goodwill Blue Box jewelry box. Those sell for, I think, $30 plus $5 shipping, and they are on Goodwill Blue Box every Friday. So that covered the whole box plus some. And then this also came from Goodwill Blue Box from a watch box. Those are, I think, $50 plus shipping. And this one sold for $75 plus shipping, and it would have went for a lot more, but it has some damage there that you see in the corner, but it did cover the whole box plus some. Now we're into some hard goods. This is a Majolica vintage frog pitcher. It sold for $45 plus shipping. I think I paid maybe $4 or $5 for this at the thrift store, and Google Lens helped me figure out what it was and that it was worth a good bit of money, and it sold pretty fast. And then these are some vintage Cloisonne Chinese vases and ginger jar set, sold for $75 plus shipping. This sold almost instantly when I listed it, so I think I probably could have got more. I got these at a thrift store for $2 a piece, so it was $6 for the set. They did have a little bit of damage on the bottom. I think these were in one of my older videos if you saw it, but still really good profit. This thing was so cool. It was one of the first items I ever found at the thrift store that I was like really excited about. I picked it up at Salvation Army for about $10, and then it was missing one of the numbers, so I got a replacement off of eBay for $5, so I had about $15 in it total. It is a Pillsbury Doughboy Danbury Mint Eternal Calendar. So it has all the different numbers you can switch out, the tiles, and then each figurine is for a different month. It was super adorable. It's from the 90s, and it sold for, I think it was $136 plus $20 shipping, and it sold pretty fast on Mercari. The next item is a Arabian Nights velvet tapestry rug. It sold for $73 plus shipping, and I got this at Salvation Army also for $2. And it did have a little bit of damage on the edges, you'll see here in a second. Otherwise, I probably could have listed it a little bit higher. but I did not expect for it to make that much money. I was really excited about this one because I got it for so cheap. These pillows I also got at Salvation Army for 50 cents a piece, so I had $2 total in them. Initially, I sold all 4 for like $100, and then the buyer ended up deciding to return them because one of them, the fringe had came a little bit loose. So when I got them back, I fixed it, and then I ended up selling the 2 bigger ones for $75, and then the 2 smaller ones also sold for like $70. I just don't have the listing anymore. So I ended up making even more than I would have when I sold the first 4 initially. So that worked out rather well. This next item is a vintage handmade patchwork quilt. It sold for $67 plus shipping. I believe I got this at a thrift store for like probably $2 or $3. That's usually what I pay for blankets, but I can't recall right now off the top of my head. But I always do great with vintage blankets. They're definitely worth picking up most of the time. And this is a Pfaltzgraff. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Yorktown dinnerware set. So I picked this up piece by piece at thrift stores. I think I had maybe around $20 total in it. It sold for $100 plus shipping. Of course, shipping was expensive because it was really heavy. If I ever sell a set like this again, I would probably split them up into smaller sets or sell individually because it was a huge pain to ship, but luckily it made it there. This is a Merry Mushroom set I picked up at the thrift store. I think I had maybe around $8 to $10 in this, and it sold for $63 plus shipping. Merry Mushroom stuff always does great. I almost wanted to keep this for myself. The clock didn't work, and there was a little bit of damage to one of the canisters, but it was a really cute set. And this is another set of canisters I sold for $60 plus shipping. Facebook Marketplace won't let me pull up the pictures, but it was like a rooster checkerboard print, and I think I spent like $5 or $6 on that set. And this is a Coca-Cola mini fridge. I got this at the thrift store. I think I spent $8 on it, and it sold for $60 plus shipping. And it's just like a basic little mini fridge. It looked really cheap, but people like Coca-Cola stuff. A lot of people collect it, so it was definitely a good item. This I just sold recently. It's a Griswold cast iron lamb cake mold. It sold for $112.50 plus shipping on eBay. Somebody gave me an offer. I had it listed for $125, and I picked this up at the thrift store for $3, and I think I talked about it in one of my recent videos. Griswold is a great brand to keep an eye out for. This is a Craig Tracy body art painting print. It sold for $200 plus shipping. I paid up a bit for this on Shop Goodwill. I think I paid about $50 for it. And it's actually an artist that painted that artwork on somebody's actual body, you see right there, and then they photographed it and made a print. It's really cool. I believe he's from New Orleans. This is a vintage Avon Her Prettiness artwork that was framed. It sold for $60 plus shipping. I got this at Salvation Army. I want to say I paid maybe like $3, maybe $4 for it. It was so adorable. I just love the artwork on this. I really wanted to keep it also, but I had nowhere to put it. So I just made a good profit instead. And this is another piece of art I picked up at Salvation Army for like probably $3. It sold for $65 plus shipping, and it's like an Asian themed artwork. This is one of the first items I picked up to resell at Goodwill. Sold for $60 plus shipping. I think I paid $2 for it. It's a Nancy Thomas folk art vintage plaque thing, and people collect them. This sold for $150 plus shipping. It's a Charles Bibb artwork, and I picked this up at a Goodwill out of town, I think for $4. And I almost sold it locally for $75, and I decided to wait. Luckily I did, because like the next day it sold for double that on eBay. And as you can see, some of his artwork is worth quite a bit of money, so that's definitely a good one to look for. This is also another good artist to look for. This is a Patrick Nigel framed art print. I paid $6 at Salvation Army for this one. It was really big, and it sold for $250 plus shipping, and I actually very underpriced it. It sold almost instantly, and I found out I could have got about double that for it, unfortunately. But the buyer got a deal, and I got a good profit. This is another vintage art plaque. It sold for $67 plus shipping, and I only paid $1 for this at the thrift store. It really didn't look like anything special. It's just like a wood plaque, and then it has this really cute raccoon artwork, but somebody really loved it, I guess, because they paid $67 plus shipping for it. I thought that was crazy. This is another crazy sale. I found this in the trash, and it is a MacBook Pro, and it sold for $100 plus shipping for parts. It was really damaged, beat up, falling apart, wouldn't turn on. Well, I didn't have a charger, but I put that I didn't know if it worked. So yeah, that came out of the trash, and it made me $100. This also came out of the trash the same day, and it sold for $64 plus shipping. It's a Canon SureShot camera and a Kodak SmileSaver instant camera and like 15 rolls of Fujifilm, and that was a great find. It made me a good profit also. This came from a Wii bundle, so I paid $100 for all these video games items that you're about to see at a thrift store. They were all in a big huge Tupperware box, including this Sega Genesis that I didn't realize was in there till I got home. You'll see it in my Thrift 5 and 15 challenge video if you watch that. So I broke it all up into smaller lots, and I paid $100 for everything like I said, and I ended up making, I think it adds up to about $320 so far. And I still have a controller lot and a Wii Fit lot to sell. So great pickup. So that is my best and favorite sales of almost the last year. I've almost been doing this for a year now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Come visit me on Instagram and stay thrifty. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Thank your granddad for donating that.